Shalom, all praises to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, bahasham Racha Kodash. Devote honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, labor in the word and doctrine. Shalom and in peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. A man, man. What a fraudster. Right, so this is based on recently on a secular level for me, looking through car insurance and shit like that. All this tax and bullshit this and bullshit that. Alright, so let's just read this first. Leviticus 19 and 13. Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. Now obviously just to verbatim, we're meant to get paid daily. Alright, you turn up, right? You turn up on the so-called Monday and you do your whole shift, your whole day. You should get paid as soon as you finish your shift. Alright, it shouldn't be all night abiding with next man that you just paid for. That's unrighteous. Alright, and these are the forms of, there's certain things like usury against a fellow Israelite. And you can do that to the heathen. You're allowed to use usury on other nations, but to your own brother, who's Israel, Jake, you can't do that. But this man of sin, right? You have to to insure the car. Yeah, it costs more than the car itself. Now, speaking for my own self, I had to put more on insurance than to buy the damn car itself. It's complete bullshit. A complete, the system, Esau's system. Yeah, it works well for him. So we'll give him that. So he's not meant to gazal, right? Gazal, to tear away, seize, plunder, tear off, pull off, rob, take away by force. And it might not be force verbatim, but if you don't have your tax, if you don't have your insurance, if you don't have all these things, then they will come and take it. So you need it as a quote-unquote legal requirement. But the way he goes about with his law is fucked. It says to tear away, rob, to seize, plunder, with ACC cognate. It says to be robbed, to be taken away, and that's what he does. He takes away everything, man. You get taxed on your own tax. You get a paycheck in, tax. So let's see what other scriptures. Obviously, we've got Leviticus 19. But in terms of the monetary frauding of this guy. And this is... He does this as well. Deuteronomy 14... No, Arabic numerals. Deuteronomy 24 and 14. Thou shalt not oppress an hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of thy brethren, or of thy strangers that are in thy land within thy gates. At his day thou shalt give him his hire. And I think that's talking about wage again, if I'm not mistaken. His hire, shakar, hire, wages, reward, pay, fare, fee, passage money. So you'll be struggling to make ends meet from 1 month to the next. Working every single day. Every single day you go to work, you should be getting paid that same day. So you need to get your daily bread. Now that's a very he's full of his 5-year, 10-year, 20-year, 50-year plan. And that's not. We're just looking for our daily bread, man. That's what we're looking at. But the fact is, that's defrauding, man, and that's robbery. That's also, what do you say? That's taken away. That's gazal. A man is given his services, and he doesn't get paid the same day. That's if you did that, and if you bought someone in, just talking a standard Jake, you get like I don't know, someone to fix your door in, and then he does the job. He goes away, and it's not like an invoice thing, and you just like, yeah, cool. All right, I'll pay you in a month's time. That sounds preposterous. But back in the good old days, which the days we've got better days coming. I'll put it like that. But back in the ancient world, you would get paid the same day, and guess what? You get paid in gold or silver, or in metal. You get paid in something that means something. Not this F to the I to the A to the T fake currency. So Deuteronomy 24 and 15, at his day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor, and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto Yahawah, and it be sin unto thee. Right, but he is the man of sin, so he didn't give a fuck about that, and we know that. But he's still, he is the oppressor. What else have we got? I'm looking for one. Let's look at this. I can't remember the phrasing even to search it up. But Lord willing, we'll see. Anyway, Proverbs 22:16, he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. And that word want, again, an Old English term meaning lack. What does it say? Machasawa, need, poverty, thing needed. Thing needed. Need, thing needed. Lack, want, need, poverty. And you know that it show that day that he's trying to fill his whole belly, and it's gonna burst. Yeah, his eyes are bigger than his belly. So Job 20:23, when he's about to fill his belly, power Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. And this is just a simple thing, man. A simple thing like keeping the wage back. There's certain things where he's pushing with the mows. There's certain things that he could, just based on these quote-unquote little things, compared in the grand scheme of things, these quote-unquote little things could really have his whole kingdom rented away from him and burned up. Now you have to imagine every single thing from day one until day whatever it is now. And he's got a lot to pay for and double. Even getting into, you can't use too many words, but he's going to try and fill his belly, and his eyes are going to be bigger than his belly. He's not going to be able to drink of that cup that he thought he could. And no chaser, without mixture. Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So if you're not getting down with his system, and ultimately, his charagma, and just to clarify, look on screen now if you weren't looking, if you want to know what charagma means. To receive see that charagma, and there, charagma of the beast, the beast. Now, Salakia, I did think I'd be able to come up with a few more scriptures on the monetary. So let me just look. It's a good tool to use this as well. On cross references. Ooh. Right, Malachi chapter 3 and verse 5. And I'll come near to you to judgment, and I'll be a swift witness against the sorcerers. And he loves sorcery. Sorcerer E. That's what I call him now. The sorcerer E. And against the adulterer, he loves that. He'll push that. He'll make you Jake sing about it. Right, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans sing about it. And then he'll pass it off as, this is just what you're doing. And then Jake will try and emulate Jake. And then you're in a perpetual cycle of adultery and folly, man. And that's all quote unquote hip hop is now. The daughters of music being brought low. So all of this applies to E. Against the adulterers, against false swearers. And he's that accuser of the brethren. He will accuse us of stuff where we do go wrong, where we do go off. But he'll try and blame the ministry for something that's when it is yet blameless. He is the type of guy to try and hold any charge against power's elect. All right, not realizing it's power Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi that justifieth. All right, against false swearers and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages. Who does that? He's got control of the whole world's wages. That song, he's got the whole world in his hands. Well, not literally, but he has a great holding over all the, I would say every single one, over many inhabitants of the earth. Inhabitants of the earth. Ultimately, he's got rulership over every single one. But when you start getting into the elites and which level is on top of which, that's what I'm talking about. So it says Malachi 3 and I might have said Micah, Salaki. Malachi 3 and 5. And I'll come near to you to judgment, and I'll be a swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the adulterers, and against false swearers, and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, saith Yahawah of hosts. And that goes for Jacob. But this man of sin, a lot of these things that did apply to us at one point, well, now they can be applied to E. Because at one point he couldn't sin, now he's the man of sin. Why? Because he had the book. Now he propagated the book using a false doctrine, let me say. And then, quote unquote, enslaved us with it, which is not true. They use how would you say, the plantation bullshit Christian, quote unquote, Christian doctrine, and claimed it was biblical. Of course it wasn't. And now we are where we are today. Alright, so Esau, you're gonna get it, man. On little things to the big things. And this, on the grand scheme of things, again, is a quote unquote small thing, but it's still an offense. Alright, so we'll leave it there. I pray it was edifying. Salakia, it wasn't too script heavy, but that's how it was set up. So anyway, on to the next one, Lord willing. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Shalom.